Good evening, Facebook family. This is Farah Ismail. I'm back on my Facebook Live. I think I have a few more days to go in my 30-day challenge. Today, I wanted to come in here and share with you an experience I've had. And it comes from a lot of questions from my last post that my friends are asking me, what to tell us more about it? Well, it's going to be really difficult to describe this experience because I'm trying to put it in words. I wanted to start by sharing a little bit about it today, and of course, I'm going to share some more along the way. So, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I'd love you to come in and say hi if you're watching live, and if you're on replay, do let me know when you're watching on replay with a hashtag replay. Well, I wanted to actually share a couple of things that have unfolded for me in this journey of being part of an incredible experience in Mumbai last weekend. It's going to be difficult to explain, so I'm going to try it, and I've also tried to pen some of my thoughts down. Of course, I've talked about it, that it was all about a being movement. I was part of creating that. So what is being? What is being? It's very difficult to explain. It's something you be. The truth is we're always being. And you can shift your being. You can stretch your being. It's available to us on demand, 24/7. So I have a request for you today, on today's live, or whenever you watch this, that when you watch this, I'd like you to drop any judgments. Just drop it. Secondly, when you're hearing anything that I'm sharing, I'd like you to hear it about you. Just put yourself there. So here's where it all started for me. It started in September 2022 when an incredible human, 𝗙ญ่𝗵𝗵, moved my world. And he became a catalyst of my being. Of course, I heard him in a conference. I got so inspired by how he was showing up, who he was being in that. And that's when it led to our first conversation. From there, I got introduced to a book which was entitled The Ultimate Coach, which is a book of being, written by Amy Hardison and Alan D. Thompson. I was introduced to the ultimate coach, Steve Hardison, and an event that was being birthed just then to happen in India. It felt like forever. It was going to be in February 2023, and I was talking to him in September. So our conversation was very interesting, and now that I know 𝗙ญ่𝗵𝗵 is very intriguing. He asked you very intriguing questions. So one of the questions he asked me, which I always remember, is, what's lighting you up these days? It was our first call. What's lighting you up these days? Was his question. And another one was, and what are you committing your life to? I had no idea what those questions, how big those questions were. And I think that's what I've shifted into, thinking, being in this, in these questions. We talked about courage. We talked about how courage is a decision. We really engaged about things that were important to both of us. And I love the fact that I found so much in common with him, that he was working with clients who were not only extraordinary, they were all in, and they were outrageously courageous. And I think that's what really was pulling me to him. So, of course, 𝗙ญ่𝗵𝗵 builds impact-driven companies dedicated to really making a difference in the world. And he loves thinking about his clients making a legacy and creating an impact in society and across the world. So he was very inspiring. But that is what happened in that conversation. Hi, Ragini. Welcome to the live. So I was talking about my first conversation with 𝗙lie𝗵 that changed my life, rocked my world, and changed everything over the last 6 months. So now that's what a catalyst does, right? A catalyst will help you to really think in a way that you've never thought before. And I think he catalyzed me into action immediately. And that's when I committed to be part of this, creating the ultimate being experience in Mumbai. And the last 6 months, the last 5 months have been simply magical. The reason why it was magical is because, you know, when you're part of any summits and you're part of creating events, there's a lot about who the speakers are. You know, what are their giveaways? What are they selling at the end of it? There's a lot about, you know, who you need to be and, you know, how you show up. There's a lot of focus on that, of how much you can sell. Here was what was different. So the ultimate experience was not about us. So when I showed up, committed to be part of this creation event, creation team, it wasn't about me. It was all about who we were being, right? And the 5 months that I was experiencing this, I have been stretched, challenged. I've looked in, I have grown, and I'm not the same person I was 5 months ago. Because I learned quite a few lessons in this journey. Of course, it's going to be hard to share it, but I want to share one that I learned from Steve Hardison, that if you want more of anything, you just give that away. Isn't that powerful? How does that resonate with you as you hear that? And can you imagine our entire team operating from that space of abundance, believing that we will work from that space? If you want more love, be more loving. Whatever you want, you plant more of that, and that's what you're going to sow, right? And that was one promise that we had, that as we showed up like this, as we created this for ourselves, nothing's going to be the same. It's going to be really, really a very powerful journey that we can't come back to our previous selves. I have experienced a lot of miracles along the way. Miracles of how I'm showing up as a mom, as a coach, as a human. Miracles of who I meet, what is possible, creating possibilities. And I think that commitment has really shifted everything for me. So I wanted to share that what started off as an ordinary conversation, look at the possibility. I just connected with Alok. It was an ordinary conversation. And that turned into creating this extraordinary adventure I've had. Extraordinary journey, which is so sacred for me and for everyone else who are part of it. Can you imagine there were almost 350 or 400 people who came from every part of the globe for one day, for experiencing that, the ultimate experience, to expand and elevate their being. So, you're in a room, you have no expectations, there's no agenda, you're just actually experiencing not just yours, but everybody else's sense of being. So to create a miracle, I would say, just decide. Just decide. So, through this journey, I kept asking myself these questions, and I wanted to share them with you, that who do I need to be to create miracles in Mumbai? Who do I need to be to show up authentically in this journey? Who do I need to be to operate from a space of love when I was frustrated, when I was challenged? Who do I need to be? And who do I need to be to notice the gold in everyone I work with? I can't tell you. That shifted everything. So I went from not asking myself these questions to making this my mantra. And that led me to get so anchored to a higher purpose and to have an experience that has moved mountains for me. So I want to say that, okay, this is an experience, right? So it's hard for you to actually know what I'm saying, but I think you'll get the gist of it. Who you're being is everything. It's not what you do. So I would say lead from your heart and give from your heart. Plant these beautiful seeds plentifully, frequently, passionately. And then you'll see the results. They'll be off the charts. I want to add something else, that nothing outside of me, outside my body, nothing can alter my being, not the external environment. And that's a journey to feel that, to experience that. But that's what being is. It's a powerful creation that you can, it's a possibility that you can create who you want to be in the moment. I can be a victim. I've been that in the past. I've acted like one. I've been frustrated. You can be frustrated. You can be unfulfilled. You can be open. You can be transparent. You can be loving. You can be courageous. Whew. It was off the charts for me. I would say declare it. Declare who you want to be and just commit to it. So ask yourself, who do you need to be that incredible leader you want to be? The courageous leader. You can feel that. And I want to say one last thing, that being is a place to come from. It's not a place to go to. So it's where you come from. And it needs to be experienced. And one last thing I want to say is, okay, I've had this beautiful experience. Now, how can I stretch it? Okay, and how can you stretch it? If you want to know more about it, feel free to DM me, say hello. I'd be happy to share how you can bring these miracles in your life, of course. But how can you stretch your state of being? So, of course, now I'm really tapping into this and, yeah, choosing who I want to be as this most incredible mom, the incredible, courageous coach in this world, the most impactful facilitator, the most amazing daughter to my mom. All that is who I can be. But how can we stretch it? Okay, so I wanted to say this one thing that you could also try. You can stretch your state of being by committing to something in the future. You can stretch yourself to become that in the future. So commit something. And here's a commitment I've made. And you can see I'm so excited about it. So it's all about how can I actually create the future, right? So I committed to stretch my my state of being by being part of the ultimate book reading, the book, The Ultimate Coach, the book reading season 3, which starts on Sunday. So if you ever want to experience this and just fall in love with this whole thing about it's not about doing, it's about choosing who you're being and expanding that, you can even join our book reading, which is held really beautifully by an incredible community. And yeah, I've committed to that, to be on that team. So 2 things is to offer it back, give it so much back, but also knowing that I will get a lot more. So today I wanted to share that being is everything, everything. A lot of time I used to think about, what do I need to do to get my business off the ground? What do I need to do when I'm stuck? What do I need to do when I'm struggling with something, or there's a problem or a challenge? I want to say that, when you shift into looking at who do you want to be, to create that, to be able to make that happen, that's what shifts everything. And then automatically what you need to do and what you need to have to make that happen occurs. So thank you for watching. And I'm going to share some powerful experiences I had over the next few days with each speaker who came in with their whole heart, and they gave their heart completely. Yeah. Yes, so this is my experience, and of course, if you bump into me, I would love to catch up with you, to have this conversation anytime. So I want to say, stay extraordinary, be all in, and start looking at how can you be outrageously courageous in what you're trying to achieve in the future. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful evening, everyone. Bye.